everybody, welcome to week 7 of Athlean-X's Max Size. Just getting started, haven't even done the first workout yet. I previewed it just basically. It is very similar to week 5. Only thing is those finishers have changed and the metabolic arson has changed, which actually the metabolic arson, I believe it's the exact same track workout from Max Shred, where it's split up, you're running a track / walking parts of the track and including push-ups. So again, another one, I'll do my own thing, but just to let you guys know. And that's about it. Hopefully getting all of the workout done today with chest and triceps. I did a nice long dog walk this morning, and yesterday I did about a 3-mile jog. So let's get started. So I'm trying to follow the exact schedule as much as possible this week. So in the past couple weeks, I've split it up where today is chest and triceps. I did chest one day, and then later in the week I did triceps. And I'm trying to keep it to the exact schedule because my husband and I have a special weekend plan, which I'm excited. Beyond that though, I am noticing my attention span starts to drain a little bit towards when I know I finished up chest, and it was like, it's short and sweet, but you're like, is it short enough that I want to follow it up and do it all over again with the second body part? And it's also best I can do it in the middle of the day when nobody's around. There's no way I could do this in the morning and try to squeeze it in before the kids wake up, or I don't even know if I'd want to do this much with my youngest down here with me. It would just be too much. But tricep finishers this week, pretty cool. There's a couple of tricep moves I've never seen before that would be considered bodyweight moves, and I'll have to look up the names for you because never done them before. Haven't, not familiar enough to give any sort of information. Can't even think of the names of them, but they're definitely interesting enough to me that I've never seen them in a program before. But something that you do see a lot of in his programs are bench dips. I'm not the biggest fan of bench dips because my form is not the best on those, and I know really when my form is lacking, my shoulders start to bother me. So these couple of new moves in the finisher might be something, if I repeat any programs or bench dips show up, I may switch the bench dips out for one of these new moves I'm going to be learning. Oh, and lastly, my goal for this week, beyond sticking to the actual schedule, so that's 4 weightlifting workouts, is to end each weightlifting workout with a core move, much the way I did last week with very similar to the iso holds in the actual workouts. So many sets and finish it out with a hold. Feel like with these workouts, with the length that they are, because I talked earlier in the summertime about possibly doing core 4 again. I feel like with the length of the max size workouts, there's just no way I would follow up this workout with an entire core 4, even though core 4 is like 15 minutes. Gave myself a little like mat burn. I just think by the time I finish with this, I'm just kinda, I can get through one core move, so make it a good one. And because of that, four workouts in a week, 4 core moves. I usually try to pick dragon flags. I've just been trying to practice those. Then I try to pick one for the obliques, so that'd be the bands and the twisting. One for the upper core, and then one for lower core. So within that week, I hit the whole core. My brain has been a lot of other places beyond my workouts. So I just did front squats instead of traditional barbell squats, which is probably the reason the superset was so much harder for me this time. Much lighter. Love that finisher for the quads. Loving the new leg finishers. But this is the first time I think I've done a full leg workout, quads and hamstrings. It's, damn, it's rough. And again, with the shoulder workout, I'm gonna sub in my own finisher with my handstand hold and probably a little bit of the rotator cuff corrective exercises that I learned in AX1 2 years ago. Still love them, still constantly work them in because I just think they're so important. penalty, but my forearms and fingers are on fire. The upper back finisher. It's some bent over rows. No, sorry, bent over shrugs with a farmer's carry in a ladder format. My fingers, your grip, your forearms, those were feeling it more so than my traps. So, little ab move to finish up this workout, and I'm done. This one went much quicker than the day before's legs. I spent a whole lot of time down here leg day. Kind of jacking around, I guess. I don't know. But today went much faster. I kept the pace up. I know I've got stuff that I gotta do, so that must have lit a little bit of a fire under my butt. Hey everybody, it's the final, what I consider final workout of the week, back and biceps. If you recall, just last week I said the back finisher is my favorite finisher, not because I enjoy doing it, but because I recognize just how important those Y's, T's, I's, I think when I was in physical therapy we did W's, I think they were called, but how just important they are for those small back muscles. So obviously this week's finisher changes, and it is I don't know if I'd call it a ladder. It's a back and forth between a dumbbell pullover and pull-ups. So pull-ups, by far probably one of my favorite moves, because I've been just working on them for so long. And if you watch my channel on a regular basis, you know a couple weeks back I got my first ever unassisted pull-up. So and in that last week's back finisher, he also includes hyper extensions. I think that's the name, for the lower back, which is another great corrective exercise. So I've decided I'm gonna skip the dumbbell pullovers because there's been plenty of lat work in the back workout, and go back to last week's finisher, Y's, T's, I's, hyperextension, and then try to finish that up with a pull-up, one unassisted pull-up in those couple of rounds. But we'll see how that goes. Bicep finisher is called Fire Pit. A couple of rounds, and it goes, this is definitely far more advanced than last week. Starting on the pull-up bar, you gotta hold a chin up for so long. As soon as you're done with that, you jump down to, I'm using my power rack and my barbell, and hold a chin curl, I believe. I have to look up the exact name. I'll insert it down below. And you have to hold that for the same amount of time, and you do that a couple of times, and as you go on, the time drops. So this is probably going to be my least favorite finisher. Hey everybody, so what you'll see just a little bit, the time, or the special time with my husband, we actually hiked the I&M Canal Trail, which stands for Illinois and Michigan. It is about I think the total is 96 miles. It starts up somewhere by Chicago, and I don't know where it ends. Then we stayed overnight. It was roughly 12 miles, took us about 4 hours. And then we stayed overnight and treated ourselves. You see the coffee, but we also went out to dinner for some sushi, and really enjoyed it. It was, you could not have asked for a more beautiful day, and a lot of time to walk and talk.
Here we go.
I feel weird when you watch me and I talk. I still know you're there listening. 12 miles from start to end. No, I still feel weird with you watching me. Last night we parked our truck at the end of the trail. We just got dropped off not too long ago.
Another one.
And we parked.
Another tree.
You think that tree was hit by lightning too?
Well, I don't know.
Or do you think there's like some sort of disease
No,
in
I wonder
these?
if they're setting fires in there.
Oh, that would make sense. We parked our truck right by a coffee shop, so I have a goal to get there before it's too late to be drinking coffee. You're at mile 71, which we didn't do 71 miles. Locks 9 and 10 are 2.6 miles ahead. Okay, so Hogan Grain elevator is 2.1 miles ahead.
That was where.
So that was the grain elevator we saw over in Seneca, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we've done 2.1 miles. And today, obviously, back home on Sunday, I finished up with a HIIT training session. I find Sundays seem to be my HIIT days. So I went back to that HIIT session I did probably almost last week or a couple weeks ago. I did 30 seconds on the air bike, 10 wall balls, 5 ball slams, and I set my clock for 20 minutes and just did as many rounds as possible. Ended up hitting 10 rounds, and I had time left, but not enough to do another round. And once I hit 10 rounds, I was pretty happy with that. So I finished up with over the shoulder, throwing the ball over the shoulder, and I just wanted to do as many as I could with the time left, and I hit 10. So I enjoy that little session that I came up with. I feel like it just is just that right amount of HIIT and everything, and definitely keeps the heart rate up there, heavy breathing. And then I did a couple, and then I finished up with some running and some lunging back and forth down the sidewalk. So that is it for week 7. Honestly, I'm already probably starting, because it's Monday, kids are all gone, starting week 8 tomorrow, last week of month 2. And finishing up with a challenge, but I can already tell you I will probably be swapping that challenge out because truthfully, it looks kind of ridiculous. So I'll stay tuned and I'll let you know next week what I mean by it looks ridiculous. So hope everybody had an awesome weekend and still sticking with it. See ya.